Hello. I had a very slow reading month in June. So there's only 4 books we're gonna talk about today. So let's just get into it. So the first one is The Succubus's Prize by Katie Robert. I loved this. This is, I believe, book 4 or book 5 in the A Deal with Demon series. Sorry, I kind of look at it. I was like, what even? This this one was cute. And rude. So this is about a girl named Belladonna who makes a deal with a demon per the series to go up 7 years in exchange for each girl makes different things. I'm not gonna spoil what it is in this book, but ends up in the land of the succubus, and it was good. If you have the Patreon edition of this book, there is a little note from Katie about how this book is a what was her words? A hug, albeit a painful one, and I feel that deep in my soul. This book deals with religious trauma and shame built around sexuality because of that trauma, and I felt very seen by this book. Next, and what's probably one of my favorite books I read this entire year, Evocation by S.K. Gibson. Can we just, the bookcase is amazing, but I have to show you the inside of this book, because it's freaking gorgeous. Wait, look at the end papers, but this, if you can't tell what tarot cards, it's the Hanged Man, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. It's so good. So this is book 1 in the, I think it's the Summer Society is what the title of the series is called. Yes, the Summer Circle. This is about David and he is a lawyer and basically lawyer by day, occultist by night, and he's convinced that he's possessed. So he goes to his ex-boyfriend and his now wife and is like, hey, help? I know you're mad at me for a thing I did 6 months ago that almost got you guys killed, but I need your help. And it was so good. It was so good. Also, it comes with a little book, a built-in book ribbon. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous that I wasn't gonna love this, because the other S.K. Gibson books that I've read are horror books, and this is very much oh my gosh, urban fantasy. It's very much contemporary magic, some of the best discussions about magic and tarot that I've read in a fiction book. You can tell that S.K. Gibson knows her stuff. It's delightfully beautiful. But yeah, I really love this book. I am so excited because Odd Spirits, the prequel to this, is coming out in October. I'm a little bit sad though, because I love where the dynamic of these characters ends up. So the fact that it's a prequel means that we won't have this dynamic, but I'll live. I truly will live. I love these characters so much, and I need more yesterday. So, hands down, one of my favorite books of the year. Then, I read This Is How You Lose the Time War. I really liked this book, though I will say it did take a bit for me to actually get into it, which is kind of a shame, because it is a very short little novel. I think it's just under 200 pages. But it was beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. I did take a couple stars down just because it did take me a bit to be oh, I actually like this. But yeah, this was cute. It is about 2 time travelers who are part of a time war. None of this is explained. If you go into this thinking that you're gonna get some hardcore sci-fi actual explanations, don't. Because you won't. But they leave letters to each other, and they slowly fall in love throughout the years, and it's quite beautiful and heartbreaking, and I loved it so much. Unfortunately, I've determined that anthologies are just like not for me for the most part. There are some exceptions, but like for an anthology to work for me, like all of it has to be like amazing. And I like some of these stories. So this is the Memory Librarian by Janelle Monáe. And I liked some of the ideas that this was playing with. I really wanted to like this more than I did. And that kind of sucks. So that's all I'm gonna really say. But it is like a nice, like again, if you're looking for like Afrofuturism in your sci-fi, I think this is not a bad place to start if you're not sure where to start. But it fell flat for me personally, but there we go. Those are the books that I read in June. I have already finished a book for July. This is the third one I'm filming this. I'm also tackling a very big book right now at the moment. However, I will not be talking about that book, unfortunately, because it is a St. Martin's Press title. And for those of you who don't know, there is a marketing boycott going on from through Readers for Accountability against St. Martin Press and their imprints. So I will not be able to talk about that book. If St. Martin's Press ever meets the demands of the boycott, then I will talk about it, I promise. But until then, please note that I'm reading a ginormous tome right now that I can't talk about because I am participating in the boycott. But yeah, that is what I've been up to reading wise. Hopefully for July, sorry, last month is June. Hopefully for July, I will have more than 4 books, but we'll see. Hang on, I'm curious. Since we're halfway through the year, I might as well tell you where I am in my reading goal, since I have it here. Currently, so for those of you who don't know, which I assume is probably all of you, because I don't think I've actually talked on this channel. So the way I set up my books that I want to read for the year, like my total number that I want to read, I always just take however many books I read the previous year. Last year I read 81 books, so this year my goal is 81 books. Right? I like it because it's a number that I know is achievable because I've done it. And it keeps yeah, it fluctuates from year to year, but I know that it's an achievable number because I've done it before. So as of right now, on July 3rd, I have read 75 books. Sorry, no, 57 books. Jeez, promise I can read, guys. I read 57 books, so I'm 70% of the way, and according to Storygraph, I am 16 books ahead of where I should be. So me only reading 4 books this month, or last month, well, sucks. Does not hinder my goal currently at the moment. But yeah, I'm also currently reading Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood at the moment, as well as the giant tome. But yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye!